Good morning. Welcome to our beautiful morning. Our morning of substance, our morning of Wednesday, which is absolutely wonderful. So let's start the day with picture programming and let's take it forward and let's learn a lot today, whatever's coming our way. Let's go for it. How wonderful. All right, so I have a few announcements to make. So yesterday, just out of the blue, there was no one-to-one for live channel at all on YouTube. No access, no clue. If you type, nothing exists. So I don't even know why they've deactivated the account, but Rahul sir is trying his level best to reactivate it. And I think all of us with our wishes, knowing that we've all been doing everything for Seva, I'm sure together with the wishes, we'll be able to get the channel back in our life. So otherwise, for the access, for the virtual ones, I'm sure if you're hearing it, that means you already have access right now to your virtual sessions, which will be given to you from our drive of our Gmail account. So let's hope for the best. Otherwise, to all the Sangha Mitras who are logged in, till the time we have access to the account, request your mates to come in the morning if possible. Only if possible. I know Diwali is around the corner, so card parties probably are happening. So maybe early mornings aren't advisable, aren't feasible, I would say, but see if that works. All right. So fact number 41, eat fermented food for weight loss and gut health. That includes idli and dosa. So I'm often asked by my clients if fermented food is good for the body, as a lot of people complain about bloating, flatulence, indigestion, and acidity after eating them. I know people whose staple diet is comprised mainly of fermented food, but they have moved away from it because of these myths. The truth is, fermented food such as dosa, idli, and dhoklas are very healthy for you. If you suffer from indigestion, acidity, bloating, and flatulence, you shouldn't blame the food. Rather, you should blame your weak digestive system. In grains and beans, phytic acid causes most of the bloating and indigestion. During the fermentation process, phytic acid gets broken down, and that's why you're able to digest the food much easier without all the gas and acidity. Breakdown of phytic acid is good because it blocks the absorption of mineral from food. Fermentation also produces lactobacilli, which facilitates synthesis of an array of vitamins, especially B vitamins, including vitamin B12. Apart from that, it also increases production of folic acid, riboflavin, niacin, thymidine, and even vitamin K. As fermented food is pre-digested by bacteria, it's easier for you to digest. During fermentation, enzymes and lactic acid that help with the breakdown and absorption of proteins and amino acids are produced. Fermented food also help develop healthy gut bacteria in your intestines. An incorrect ratio of good and bad bacteria in the gut to indigestion, bloating, acidity, flatulence, IBS, leak gut syndrome, and malnourishment because most of the minerals and vitamins from the food you eat don't get absorbed. So removing dosas and idlis from your diet isn't going to help make you healthier. However, there is a healthy and unhealthy way of cooking a dosa. Choosing the right kind and quantity of oil and salt is integral to proper digestion. Dosas cooked in restaurants are often covered in butter oil, or oil that is reused many, many times. So avoid them. Similarly, if you're eating 6 to 10 idlis at a time, that's too much. The reason dosas and idlis are so healthy is because they are made of brown or of dal and rice. Rice and lentils together form a complete protein, as the combination has all the 22 essential amino acids, which help build lean mass. Adding a little fenugreek to the rice and lentils will, while grinding them, has a warming effect on your body, thus helping with digestion. So yes, the idea is to have fermented food. The idea is to include that in your diet because it's helping the overall growth of your inner body. We've talked about the bacteria, we've talked about the enzymes, we talked about the vitamins. So overall, it's a win-win. If you have, of course, how much sambar you're having, how much mirchi there is, how much chutney you're having, depends completely upon you. But it is a combination of rice and dal, which nonetheless is very, very helpful. So we yesterday spoke about the first fact in our life, which we think is money. Can anyone tell me what was the first category of that particular facet that we talked about? In which form did we discuss yesterday about money? What form was it? No, that's okay, yes. But what did we talk about? What form was it? Okay. And where did it derive from? Which category did it derive from? We even discussed yesterday about the abundance mindset versus what mindset? So we even discussed about what people think prosperity is, what people think abundance is, what mindset we have. Are we attracting it, or are we elaborating the debts and the other part of it? So great. Yesterday, I'm glad that I said no and you said yes. Still, you continued saying it. So thank you, Ruchi, for your first answer. It's very, very, very prompt. Today, we're going to have a second aspect of savings. So let's understand that particular fact. So what is savings? The very second category of money is savings. It is totally a different animal. You may earn plenty of income, yet feel like you live one paycheck away from disaster if you have no savings. Accruing sum provides a buffer against emergencies and increases security. It is hard to feel secure having an unexpected expense which could arise and have no cushion. Having savings help you feel safe, secure, and calmer about your finances. हिंदी में तो कहावत भी है, बुरे दिन के लिए बचा के रखो, which I think is totally wrong because आपको शुरू से conditioning करी जा रही है कि बुरे दिन के लिए बचा के रखो. I always say I'm saving money later so that I can buy something more and make my income a little better. I can have more passive income. I never use the terminology, even though they say कि कुछ पता नहीं चलता किसके लिए बचा के रखो. Why am I attracting that? So even Margaret is saying you should have some, again, some emergencies which includes security. I don't think so. I think savings is very important. We have to save because tomorrow we can have even a better life. So that's what I have created my mindset. I don't talk about anything which is sick or something which is untoward and not, it's an emergency. So I don't even talk about this. But nonetheless, we're reading what Margaret says. And I'm also adding my bit, which I feel. Similar to thoughts about income, thinking about your saving or lack thereof triggers its own set of emotions. Its limiting beliefs, its past trauma surrounding money relate to whether or not you feel safe in a broader sense than just day-to-day life. So that's what I'm saying. अगर आपका mindset है कि बुरे दिन के लिए बचा के रख रहे हैं, तो believe me, पैसा बुरे दिन में ही खर्च होगा. पर अगर आप आज से पैसा बचा के रख रहे हो कि मुझे पैसा बचाना है so that I can have even a better quality of life and I'm always safe and secured, believe me, वैसा ही होगा. छुट्टी हो जाएगी नेगेटिविटी की, इमरजेंसीज की, क्योंकि आप अट्रैक्ट ही नहीं कर रहे हो. You are what you think, you are what your thoughts are. So please make your thoughts conducive. कुछ trauma पहले अगर आया है, कुछ आया है, we'll tap it away. We'll finish the limiting beliefs. Now, having savings also means you've gone beyond survival to the freedom of making choices based on what you find interesting, pleasurable, or exciting. Instead of just limiting your expectations based on your income. So let's understand. that अगर हमने save किया मतलब definitely we are doing well ना, तभी save कर पा रहे हैं. So let's have an abundant mindset that we are always able to save very beautifully. Now, when you're thinking about your lack of a saving safety net, you may find yourself experiencing a layer of anxiety, barely covering profound sadness and even a sense of loss. So अगर आपके और मेरे अंदर एक फीलिंग आती है, पैसे तो बचते ही नहीं हैं, तो एक लाचारी, you just feel anxious. Oh my god, now next what? अब ज्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा, अब ज्यादा फ्रीलांस करना पड़ेगा, एक्स्ट्रा काम करना पड़ेगा, so कुशन मिल जाए. No. स्मार्टली काम करेंगे तो कम काम करने में भी ज्यादा पैसे आ सकते हैं. For example, if I'm a per se, I'm a therapist and I work from going into every single's house, and do therapy for them, physiotherapy or whatever I'm doing. Today, I've come in a world where I can even use Zoom as platform. Firstly, I start giving free classes. This is something I learned from somebody yesterday. She's what kind of a modality healer? I forgot. I think she's an anxiety coach. So she was telling me, "Naya kuch suna maine to pehle kabhi suna bhi nahi." And she's giving free classes. Abhi she's working out of Los Angeles. She's not an Indian. She's like, now I'm giving free services to mothers with young children. And when I gave that for 1 month, next month I had enrollments. I was like, Acha, wow. And she's charging quite nominal right now. And then she's increasing herself. So I said, "Arey, very nice." So why is she doing that? She's thinking smartly, saving smartly. So अब आप सबको अपने आप को ऐसा करना है कि I have to think smart, save smart. Now, it tends to bring up memories. If you're saving money, remember everything that you're saving is to do with your memory bank, your conditioning. Now, if you have a sense of loss, have a sense of anxiety, लाचारगी, then ऐसी memories आएंगी जहां आप emotionally connect हो जाओगे and you'll find, oh my God, I've had this great loss. My father had this, my mother had this, or this happened. And you'll just go into a apathy state. You'll just go into a very depressing state. But we have to avoid it. So what do? Let's understand the science. Having little or no savings may echo a time when you lost something important or someone special, or you felt a loss of freedom on some level. So what happens then? That is just you're not having enough, and then you all those memories keep coming back. Sometimes it's even triggering emotions from the time when you felt like you lost yourself. There are past times of great loss where somebody may be partially responsible for your lack of financial security, because the lack of savings triggers the same feelings of loss, abandonment, feeling totally unsupported. These are powerful negative emotions connected to a special, practical, or receiving account. While it's simple to create one by implementing a plan, it's unlikely to work if old emotional content is mixed up in your feelings about it. Jessica came to my workshop full of cheery energy and the confidence of a successful salesperson, eager to work on her big income goals. But when we got to savings account goals, her whole energy shifted. I directed the group to think about how much money they currently have in the savings and write down any thoughts or feelings about it. Jessica immediately reported feeling consumed by tremendous anxiety and panic with the thought, it's not enough. Now, what will happen to me if things get worse? This was her feeling. This thought woke her during the night because she had no savings at all. I'm not sure if you can relate to this or if you can try and find somebody around you कि already problem में था और all problem में आ गया. वो problems को attract करे जा रहा है क्योंकि expand कर रहा है because ये problem है अब पता नहीं कैसे चलेगा. And जब वो ऐसे सोचता है तो उसी को attract कर रहा है. Now, after we did tapping to reduce the anxiety and panic, I asked what else she felt about the zero savings balance. Tears flowed down as Jessica revealed that 9 years before, she had a partner who developed cancer when they were about to break up. Out of compassion and loyalty, she stayed and cared for him for 2 years instead of implementing a plan to move to New York and further her career. She even quit her job when the care got intense. He ran out of money and she drained her savings to help him, not able to desert a dying man she'd once loved. So now the consciousness, it's come up and she's used all her money, but next what? Jessica was exhausted and drained physically, emotionally, financially. While she grieved his passing, she couldn't let go of the anger and blame she felt towards the man about the toll it took on her life and finances. All the feelings of personal loss, grief, impossible choices, and anger were there whenever she thought about a lack of savings. So for 9 years, she avoided thinking about it, looking at it, or making a plan to change it while frittering away big commission checks. Avoiding the negative emotions made her ignore planning for a saving account. So let's understand this very, very, very importantly. If we have negative conditioning, we have to tap it away. Now, what did Margaret do? She had a couple of sessions with her. After a few rounds of tapping to clear old feelings, Jessica felt ready to focus on putting money away. A few days later, she reported that she'd met with an advisor at her bank to set up an automatic deposit plan to move money from her paychecks into a saving account, part of her new 1 year savings goal. She was amazed at how much lighter she felt in general and how excited she was to watch her savings account grow. While she felt a bit silly about it, yet she went for the entire program. She did it. So, can we turn the page? Now, what she was doing, she was just going, which is this is something we must learn. What is she doing? उसने अपने एडवाइजर से एक और अकाउंट बनवा लिया, सेविंग्स अकाउंट, एंड करंट अकाउंट में से जो भी इनकम आ रही है डायरेक्टली ट्रांसफर हो रही है सेविंग्स अकाउंट में, ऑटोमेटिक जा रहा है, यू डोंट हैव टू मेक एन एफर्ट, फिक्स कर दिया. एंड सेविंग्स अकाउंट में वो दिन में कई बार जा रही है टू सीइंग इट ऑनलाइन एंड शी इज हैविंग अ लुक एट द बैलेंस, बिकॉज उससे बहुत हैप्पी एंड एम्पावर्ड फील कर रही है, वो सेविंग्स मनी है ना, एंड शी इज गोइंग एंड लुकिंग एट अगेन एंड अगेन. इसीलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जब भी आप अपना ऑनलाइन अकाउंट खोलें, जितना भी पैसा आपके पास है, चाहे एक्टिव में, चाहे करंट में, और चाहे करंट में, चाहे सेविंग में, किसी भी टाइप के अकाउंट में, bless the money. It is a fact that you look at the money and you feel grateful for the money that you have in your account and you bless the money. Now what's happening is, because she's blessing the money and she's looking at the money again and again and she's feeling happy and empowered, उस money को क्या vibration मिल रही है? क्या vibration मिल रही है उसको? दिन में कई बार जाके दिख रही है, what is she feeling? What vibration is the money getting? I need some answers from you all. I'm just not, I need exchange. Yeah, good, happy, all right. Money ko vibration और क्या मिल रही है? High, okay. Grow more, okay. Positive. Yes, positive मिल रहा है, blessed मिल रहा है, secure, and now that is going to be increasing more and more and more, because she's feeling positive, she's feeling happy, she's feeling empowered, and she's feeling secure. So she's giving that vibration to money, and the money is going to grow abundantly. So that's one thing which you can understand. All of us usually have two accounts. So try and do an automatic send off from your current to your savings. अपने आप effortlessly money grow होना शुरू हो जाता है, क्योंकि आप अपने अकाउंट से उसमें डाल रहे हो. Very, very, very important. So if you are into charity, now there are 2-3 ways of making money. Like when we did Rahul Sen's course, we had 4 accounts that we had to work on. So what also you can do is, if you really want the money to grow magically, I don't know if it works for you, I'm giving you my idea. 10% of your profits, जो भी एक अंदाजा आपको लगता है कि इतना तो मिनिमम आता ही है, उतना ऑटोमेटिकली कट ऑफ कर दो, चाहे वो कपल ऑफ हंड्रेड्स ही हो शुरू में, सो दैट उस मनी से आप किसी को एम्पावर करो. वो भी सबसे फास्ट फॉरवर्ड तरीका है टू ग्रो योर मनी. जितना दोगे उतना मिलेगा. दैट्स माय बिट टू यू. You see what works for you. Many people who work with emotions and beliefs around their lack of savings end up processing great grief and sadness from past events that feel directly connected to their finances, like Jessica's did. You may also create a self-definition based on what your lack of savings mean about who you are, someone with no security, no freedom, no support. This can be particularly painful if you are the head of a household and feel responsible for your family. Not having security that a savings account brings you make you feel like a failure to them. Thinking about it can trigger feelings about letting down your family, which adds an intensely negative layer of emotion onto whether or not you take action to start saving money. So very important, we have to have that vibration of saving money. That, oh, I'm saving for something, a very beautiful sunshine day. Why do you say a great day? Bright sunny day ke liye main save kar rahi hu. This money is like, you can call it sunshine account. In Lady Circle India, and the project account used to be called sunshine account initially. One we used to have a admin account, one we used to have a sunshine account. Sunshine means you're just parking money there for, and it's going to go only for charity. So whatever you see and see with your bank, how much they're allowing you to have these small little accounts, so automatically your money is being saved. Talk to your financial planner. ऐसे जाएंगे तो वो allow नहीं करेंगे. But if you explain the concept to them, your relationship manager will help you work on these accounts. See what works for you. So ideally, if you ask me all, now that you're on a spiritual journey, 3 forms of money must be saved. If you want, you can write it down. One is 10% of your money should be going towards saving, sunshine account or whatever you want to call it. Saving for whatever you want to do in future. This could be your holiday, this could be your future, whatever you want to do. 10% of your money, you should go for growth, however you want to grow. 90% पर्सनल ग्रोथ होना चाहिए. उसमें कुछ एजुकेशन लेना है, कोर्सेज ज्वाइन करने हैं या कहीं रिट्रीट्स पे जाना है, उसके लिए मनी होना चाहिए. कभी सोचना नहीं पड़े कि रिट्रीट आ रही है, कुछ आ रहा है, मैं पैसे कहाँ से लाऊंगा, whatever. And 10% should go for dashansh, going for contribution. This must be done. When you do that, आपके शौक भी पूरे हो जाएंगे. आपका, and what I also do is the 10% has to be a buffer plan. कभी बिजनेस को एक्सपैंड करना हो, वो मनी ऑलरेडी है, कभी बैंक से लोन लेने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. 40% को इन्वेस्ट करो, 60% प्रॉफिट को एंजॉय करो. दैट शुड बी योर गोल इन लाइफ इफ यू रियली वांट टू इंक्रीज. जब आपने 10% बना लिया कि कभी भी कहीं पे यूज कर लूंगा, बिजनेस में डाल दूंगा, कहीं डाल दूंगा, कुछ नया, कुछ फंड्स में डाल दूंगा जहां वो मनी ग्रो करे या पैसिव इनकम लाए. So you're going to be always, always, always secured. Now, we talk about the third category, debt. Now, debt क्यों आता है वो समझते हैं. The third category of money is debt, which by far has the most damaging emotional power of all the types of money. For most people with accumulated debt, thinking about it directly can bring up some of the darkest emotions one can experience. अरे मेरे ऊपर कर्ज है, मेरे ऊपर कर्ज है. सपोज मैं अगर बोलता हूँ तो कर्ज बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा. मैं उसकी इंटरेस्ट नहीं दे पाऊंगा, असल इनकम दूंगा, वो इंटरेस्ट का भी कंपाउंड हो जाएगा इंटरेस्ट, और मैं उसको बात कर रहा हूँ. अगर आपके ऊपर कर्ज है तो उसके बारे में बात करना बंद कर दें. डोंट टॉक अबाउट इट. है फाइन, आई एग्री है, बट बढ़ाने से क्या होगा? आपने प्लान बनाया हुआ है टू पे इट ऑफ ग्रेजुअली. तो अपने पार्टनर्स को बताकर, या अगर आपके पार्टनर आपके साथ इस जर्नी में है तो आप स्पिरिचुअली उसकी बात कर सकते हो कि भैया डेट है, पर तुमको तो पता ही है कि हम लोग ने प्लान किया एंड ऑफ कोर्स खत्म हो जाएगा. वो भी बोलेंगी या बोलेंगे कि अरे यस एब्सोल्युटली, देन इट्स कूल. वहां आप एक्सपैंड नहीं कर रहे हो, वहां आप उसको नर्चर कर रहे हो कि वो खत्म हो जाएगा, नलिफाई हो जाएगा. बट किसी और को बोल रहे हो, वो आपकी जर्नी में नहीं है, अरे अभी भी इतना कर्ज है, ओ देन यू एक्सपैंडिंग इट. सो इसलिए स्पिरिचुअल लोग को मैंने बोला कि आप इस जर्नी में हो तो आप डिफरेंटली हैंडल कर सकते हो. अब कर सकते हो, पहले शायद नहीं पता था, अब हम धीरे धीरे साइंसेस में सीख रहे हैं. People typically report feeling deep and overwhelming shame, embarrassment, failure, anxiety, fear, and sadness when they talk about debt. ये हाँ नहीं कर पाया, सो हो गया. ऑब्वियस कभी ना आप आई विल नॉट बोरो मनी फ्रॉम एनीबडी इफ आई एम अबंडेंट. तो मुझे बोलने में कि मुझे बोरो करना पड़ा, इट्स शेमफुल. दैट मींस आई कांट बी गुड प्लानर. तो कहीं ना कहीं फीलिंग तो आएगी. नाउ डेट, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, डेट can be an energetic manifestation of subconscious old memories of shame and feeling that you're not good enough to be financially solvent. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? आप अपनी लाइफ में डेट को इनवाइट करते हो और कर सकते हो अगर आप पास्ट शॉर्टकमिंग्स के बारे में सोच रहे हो तो, कि वो दिन थे जब बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आती थी यार. एंड अगर वो डर आ गया ना उस समय, अरे वैसे तो दोबारा ना आ जाए, 100% आएंगे. बिकॉज आपने उनके बारे में सोचा है और एक उसको फील दिया है, फियर दिया है, ऐसा तो ना हो जाए. यूनिवर्स क्या सुनता है? ऐसा तो हो जाए, ना तो आता ही नहीं उसको, और तथास्तु, so it is. Your thoughts are very important. अगर थॉट आ भी गई, इमीडिएटली कंट्रोल और डिलीट कर दो, मूव ऑन कर दो कि नहीं, कैंसिल कैंसिल कैंसिल। जो भी आपके वर्ड्स हैं, जो भी आपने जेस्चर्स बनाए हैं, जहां आपको लगता है कि वट एवर, नहीं, फिनिश फिनिश फिनिश, कैंसिल 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 कैंसिल, जो भी आपको करना है, चाहे आपको हैंड जेस्चर्स करने हैं, चाहे आपको मुंह से बोलना है, चाहे आपको अंदर सोचना है कि नहीं ये आया बट ये चला जाएगा, दिस इज बस ये थॉट आई है, दिस टू शैल पास, इट्स नॉट रियल। इमीडिएटली उसका काउंटरैक्ट थॉट दे दो, सो दैट वो थॉट अंदर रह के एक्सपैंड नहीं करे। हम लोग कंप्यूटर में कोई लिखते हैं, कंट्रोल और डिलीट कर देते हैं ना, तो इमीडिएटली इट्स ऑल गॉन। वो ही यहाँ लिखा है, बोला है, उसको फिनिश करना है। देखिए, हम ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं, थॉट्स तो आएंगी, बट थॉट्स को कंट्रोल नहीं करना, आने देना है और उसको फिर डिलीट करना है बाय पुटिंग इन अदर एफर्मेशन ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट। जहां नेगेटिव थॉट आई, वहां एफर्मेशन आया। दैट शुड बी द रूल, द रूट कॉज ऑफ आवर लर्निंग इन लाइफ। प्लीज गेट दैट वेरी वेरी क्लियर. Tapping is later. Right now, I'm even talking about your thoughts, that how thoughts come and how affirmations help, and how thoughts can manifest even the negative. I'm saying that. First, today, if I'm sick, and if I say, मुझे वापस cancer तो नहीं हो जाए, so welcome. I'm inviting myself into the world of cancer. आएगा ही, क्योंकि मैंने सोच लिया, उसको मैं expand कर दिया. पर अगर आ गया और मैंने immediately बोल दिया, but I'm absolutely hale and hearty and I'm thriving in my health. It's so beautiful and I can do this, I can do marathons and I'm so energetic. Cancel, cancel, cancel हो गया. Switching thoughts, 100% Ankur. Switch words भी use कर सकते हैं हम. इतने forms सीखे हैं हमने. So I don't have a session anymore to share right now, but switching thoughts से मुझे याद आया कि switch word का session भी है. So let's remind each other. जब हमारा अकाउंट वापस एक्टिवेट हो जाएगा, probably today or tomorrow, let's share the presentation of switch words also with each other, so that वो भी हमको help करेगा. I can tell you one thing about switch words is, I had lost my passport and I had to go to Netherlands for like, and वो passport मिल ही नहीं रहा था घर में कहीं से भी. Prashant being Prashant turned the entire ministry around, this around. Within 1 week, I got a passport. And I also got that Schengen visa on that. Jabki it was impossible, 5 days in fact, I think. And we just, and guess what? उसके बीच में मालूम पड़ा कि there's something called switch words. वो find किया, and we actually got the passport. So switch words are very powerful because they have a lot of power and energy. So आप क्या thoughts कर रहे हैं, उसमें क्या energy डाल रहे हैं. So you have the presentation. Okay, you can share the presentation, Shivani. That's a good idea. Thank you for saving the presentation. So all of you who are new in LTS 3, Shivani will share the presentation with all of us and you can use that. So now, being in debt can trigger an emotional response that is similar to the one that comes from not having any savings. But being in debt goes much, much, much deeper. Throughout the day, your mind may turn to thoughts of debt, either consciously or subconsciously. You're not even thinking about it, but you're like, इसको देना है, इसको देना है. And कभी भी किसी को debt वाले को देना होना बहुत ज्यादा नहीं मिलना चाहिए. क्यों बार बार मन में थॉट रहे कि इसको देना है, इसको देना है, इसको देना है, which is great, but वो एक feeling, happy feeling नहीं आती. It can be subtly persuasive, but strong negative emotions get triggered each time it rushes your thoughts. It's also common to wake during the night feeling overwhelmed by racing thoughts about the awful things that could happen from being in debt. Money debt can also strongly trigger negative self-talk and beliefs such as, I'm a failure, I don't deserve to be happy. Because debt is carrying so much of negative emotional baggage with it. It's also a type of money that people most often avoid dealing with directly. In our society, it's universally accepted that talking about your debts is tantamount to admitting you're a financial failure. So taboo society के भी हैं, वो सब भी problems हैं, उस conditioning के भी हो जाता है. Plus, it's embarrassing. So majority of people who do law of attraction work using positive thinking, focusing on abundance, rarely considering how the energy, emotions, or beliefs about the debt impact their personal being. They're thinking about this all the time. Rahul sir, are we going to change the page, please? Can you be with me? Yes. So on a positive note, if you have debt, it means that a lending institution or person gave you credit by lending you money. If you want to help the law of attraction work on your behalf, create positive thoughts about being in debt. Think and how someone loaned you money and you're doing your best to repay it. Raise your positive vibration with enthusiastic version of, yes, I'm a person of integrity and excellent when it comes to credit. Not all debit is bad. Not all debt is bad. There may be times when you want or need a loan. That's okay if you frame it in a positive way. People borrow money for good reasons all the time and repay it in ways that improve the credit rating. So, like for example, I gave loan to one-to-one for life to begin the session. I had never said this is my contribution. I started as a loan keen because they needed that much money to open the account. Small amount, not too much, like a couple of, I think 20, 30, 40,000. I don't remember how much now. So, but I knew this was a loan that I'm giving. I'm going to give it back. And I did that. My donation is separate. So please say debt is not always bad. You know, it's going to self-earn, it's going to self-big, apne aap you'll be able to pay off. So please, if you've taken debt from somebody, just say, I've taken for temporary short-term loan here. And I know it's going to self-pay back. Loan is not bad, but the energy that you're taking it from is bad. Very, very important. I remember 20 years ago when I wanted to start something, that time I did not have so much of money in my hand. It was, I think 23, 24 years ago. I don't remember. I had to borrow from my father a lakh of rupees. And he did not like the idea that he said, you have to be self-made. You just need to borrow. But I don't know how I had silver coins left. Don't know how. I was not even married, I think. Or maybe I was married. I can't remember. And I gave him those. Ki, I'm not taking a loan. Mujhe loan lena pasand nahi. This theli is with you. When I can pay you back the cash, I'll take the theli back. Believe me, I took it back because I knew that I'm going to pay my father very, very, very easily. It was a loan. I didn't even say कि मुझे आपकी contribution चाहिए. So taking loan is not bad, but the energy behind it is something that you and me have to see. So similar to how thinking about your income triggers anxiety, the thought of owing money more often makes you feel bad, even if it's not bad. These intense emotions and beliefs can contribute to disastrous financial situations. Dealing with the emotions, limiting beliefs, and your personal definition of debt can be one of the most powerful transformational elements in your life and finances. Jeff came to work with me months after shutting down the restaurant that had been his dream. He was having trouble interviewing for a job and believed it was rooted in his loss of confidence. When I asked about his biggest obstacle, he admitted the debt from his failed business made him feel like a loser. After he bought it, he quickly realized he'd been misled by the seller about what he'd need to invest for renovations and how much revenue he could generate. Even when he realized the truth, he stayed confident about being able to turn a profit with his wife and father in law's support and hard work. So please be careful. What truths are you prevailing? Who are you listening? Are you being misled or are you really realizing it? And if you're being misled, please say, let your divine guidance guide you that should I park my money with this man or not? And people who are going to be with me in Unified, आपको अपनी body में धड़कन, sensation, अपने आप cues मालूम पड़ जाएंगे कि yes का है और ये no का है. तो अगर आपको डिसीजन लेना है कि नहीं छोटा से छोटा हो या बड़ा से बड़ा हो, वो आपको रिप्लाई आपका खुद का हायर सेल्फ दे देगा. उससे ज्यादा मैजिक क्या होगा लाइफ में. सो अब ये वी हैव टू हमको ये भी एड करने वाला है. अब हम टैपिंग पे वापस आते हैं. So Jeff got very emotional sharing about his story about the 5 year working long, exhausting hours and slowly draining their savings and retirement accounts to keep the restaurant afloat. Besides losing the business and their money, he had debt. It overwhelmed him with shame, sadness, grief, lots of guilt. Every thought of it reminded Jeff of everything his wife and elderly father-in-law sacrificed for him, how he lost it all. He believed he'd ruined their lives and constantly beat himself up about how stupid he was for being tricked by the dishonest seller. I heard, I should have known better. Often. Jeff pointed to himself as a terrible, unforgivable, naive, and clueless businessman. He couldn't imagine how could he would ever exude confidence again. As we used tapping to clear the intensive negative emotion and self-talk about past mistakes, Jeff was finally able to see how his experience made him more savvy and enlightened as a business consultant. Now, instead of being ashamed of his shortcomings, of his debt, of his finances, of his story, what did he do? He started telling the story of, differently. He started doing interviews to reveal how passionate he was about being a consultant. Once he let go of his need to wallow in guilt and other emotions, from losing his restaurant to turning his life around, which led directly to repaying his debts quickly. So what do we do? आज हम ये समझते हैं कि अगर हमारे ऊपर डेट्स हैं, हम उनको एनालाइज करते हैं. कैसे डेट्स हैं? व्हाट इज द प्लान बी? व्हाट डू वी डू? जेफ ने सब कुछ लूज कर दिया एंड देन व्हाट डिड ही बिकम? ही बिकेम अ कंसल्टेंट. अब जो उसने गलतियां करी वो उनके बारे में भी बता रहा है और प्लान बी भी बता रहा है. सो ही इज एक्सपीरियंस्ड कंसल्टेंट. एक पढ़े लिखे किताबों से कंसल्टेंट दिख के लाइफ में कंसल्ट करते हैं और एक एक्सपीरियंस होता है. So हमने बात की थी experience really counts. So it's very, very important to understand that we are in this journey to grow in life. But growth में क्या emotions आ रहे हैं? Is it negativity plaguing us or is it positivity surrounding us? So please be careful. अगर negativity है उसका alternate क्या है? As of now, अभी हमने tapping उस point के लिए देखी नहीं है, but tapping जो अभी हमने बात करी थी, please continue that. उससे क्या हो रहा है? आप अपने एनर्जी पॉइंट्स खोल रहे हो. इसमें भी आपको ऑलरेडी हेल्प कर रहा है. सो आर वी क्लियर ऑन दिस दैट यू विल कंटिन्यू टू टैप? या, सो वी हैव these points. I'm going to repeat them. This point is there, this point is there, ये वाला आईब्राउ के अंदर का पॉइंट है. This point is there, this point is there, this point is there. We talked about it. This karate chop, these points are there, right? You will not stop tapping these points. If possible, घड़ी में देखिए 5 मिनट तो कर ही लीजिए. मैं तो पूरी बॉडी को टैप भी करती हूँ, बट आप शुरुआत में प्लीज कर लीजिए. स्पेशली दीज पॉइंट, दे हैव टू बी ओपन. 1 फिंगर, 2 फिंगर, 3 फिंगर, 5 फिंगर, जो भी करना है प्लीज. जितना भी प्रेशर आप ले पाए, यू टैप योर एनर्जी. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book. Tomorrow we'll talk about the 4th and the 5th category of money, and we'll keep taking our journey forward, and then of course solutions will start coming in. Now, Meenakshi, your question is profound. What about the people who work in loans and offer for debts? वो उनकी जॉब की तरह कर रहे हैं तो वो लोन मनी सैंक्शन करवा भी पा रहे हैं. अब उनकी पर्सनल माइंडसेट क्या है, उनको भी लोन लेना पड़ रहा है कि नहीं, दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन देम. नो जॉब इज गुड और बैड. व्हाट इज योर एनर्जी विद योर मनी, इट डिपेंड्स. मैं अगर लोन डिपार्टमेंट में काम कर रही हूँ, दूसरों को लोन दिलवा रही हूँ, बट खुद लोन नहीं ले रही, मैं फ्लरिश कर रही हूँ, तो इट्स ओके. अगर उनको क्या मंशा से दिलवा रही हूँ, एक एनर्जी भी होती है. कई लोन के एजेंट्स होते हैं, उनको लगता है लोन कभी खत्म ही ना हो. वो आपको ऐसे फंसा रहे होते हैं डिटेल में कि कि आप कभी चंगुल से निकल नहीं पाए बैंक के. और कई होते हैं, सर ये लूप होल है, ध्यान से देख लेना, इसमें फंस मत जाना, आपको पे करना है. तो अगर वो उसको हेल्प कर रहा है लोन के लिए कि आपको सब बाहर निकलना है इससे, तो वो लाइफ में कभी नहीं फंसेगा. जो मैं दे रहा हूँ वो मुझे मिलेगा. दैट्स द लॉ ऑफ कर्मा. सो मैं कुछ भी जॉब कर रहा हूँ, निमित्त मात्र बनना चाहिए फॉर समबडी टू ग्रो इन लाइफ. ये नहीं कि उसको फंसाने के लिए. अब जो लोग दूसरों को फंसाते हैं लाइफ में, मैं नहीं नाम लेने वाली, बट वन ऑफ माय कजन मामास मेड माय बाबूजी, माय नाना जी, उनको प्रॉपर्टी बिकवाई, उनके बहुत सारे मोटे पैसे लगवा दिए, एंड खुद उसमें एंजॉय कर लिए बेनिफिट्स. आज वो खुद फाइनेंशियल सूप में है, उनके पास खुद छत नहीं, जबकि वो फ्लरिश करते बिग टाइम. सो आप जैसा करोगे वैसा पाओगे. व्हाट यू गिव इज व्हाट यू गेट. सो आज हम लोग ये समझ जाएं स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी में कि पैसे कमाना डेफिनेटली, बट गुड मनी उसके बारे में आने वाला है. कॉन्शियस मनी. All right. Intentions have to be great. Of course, that's what I said. Sankalp has to be great. If your intentions are to help somebody, कि भाई I'm in this loan department, मेरी I'm the channel for him to get easy. I keep checking on it. सर आपने 10% डाला कि नहीं उसमें फंड में? सिर्फ EMI पे करना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. सर आपने साइड में बिल्ड किया कि नहीं? आपको ये फ्री करना है अपने आप को. आपने 4 करोड़ लिया, अब 3 पे आना है, 2 पे आना है, 1 पे आना है, 0 पे आना है. That's important. So I don't agree. Vijay ji, I don't agree. डेट फाइनेंसिंग इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर ग्रोथ. अगर आपने अपनी प्लान करा हुआ है, आपको जरूरत ही नहीं है करने दूसरे से लेने की. आई डोंट बिलीव इन द वर्ड लोन फ्रॉम एनीबडी. एक बार 1 लाख रुपए लिए थे 20-21 साल पहले. Until date, I've never taken loan from anyone. My father takes, I agree, he takes. मेरा नाम लेके वो लेते हैं कि तुम्हारी एनर्जी अच्छी है, वापस आ जाएगा. आई नेवर टेक. टाइम फॉर योगा प्लीज.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasana, Hastuttanasana, Padahastasana, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasana, Parvatasana, and hold this position, and now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left forward Ashvasanchalanasana, Padahastasana, Hastuttanasana, Pranamasana. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs, cobra, press back to mountain, right forward equestrian pose, hand to feet pose, raised arms position, prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale and exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
All right. Time for a mirror work. Day 8. One of the most beautiful days that I have seen in mirror work is day 8. So this is a time when we're going to be doing this day 8 today and tomorrow. Even day 9 will be about loving our inner child. Today's part 1. Today, you look beyond the adult in your mirror that you are seeing in and you meet your inner child. So yesterday we started this work. Today we're going to take it further. This is a very important day in your mirror work. Take my hand and let's walk over to the mirror. Look deeply into your eyes, look beyond the adult you see in your mirror and greet your inner child. It doesn't matter how old you are, there is a little child within you who needs to be loved and accepted. If you're a woman, no matter how self-reliant you are, you have a little girl inside you who's very tender and needs help. If you're a man, no matter how self-confident you are, you have a little boy inside of you who craves warmth and affection. When you look in the mirror, do you see your inner child? Is this child happy? What is this child trying to tell you? Every age you have been is within you, in your consciousness and your memory. So please be careful because we are going to look within us. We are going to ask our inner child, is a child happy or sad? And we'll do this probably in the meditation also. As a child, when something went wrong, you tended to believe that there was something wrong with you. Children develop the idea that if only they could do everything right, then the parents would love them and wouldn't punish them. So for all the parents, no matter how old you are, no matter how old your children are, please give them a hug when they go wrong. And that's most time, just it's okay. This was a stumbling step. We are going to make mistakes. So what? Not every day can be a sunshine day and you did really well. जब वो गिरते हैं तब all आप उनको उठाइए because that is the time they need them, whether they are young or whether they're old. Problem क्या होती है? We are reprimanding so much कि वो बच्चा सीखे अपनी गलती से. सीखता है, but ये भी सीखता है कि parents don't have my back. So that's one lesson all of us should learn. We would want our parents to have our back कि हम कुछ भी बोले unconditionally parents साथ में हैं, ऐसे ही वो भी चाहते हैं. Often we turn off or tune out during the age of 5. We make the decision because we think there's something wrong with us and we're not going to have anything to do with this child anymore. This is a parent inside of us as well. And most of us, this inner parent is scolding the inner child almost non-stop. If you start listening to your inner dialogue, you will realize that you can still hear the scolding. You can hear the parent tell you that you're going wrong or you're not good enough. Money के matter में भी ये हो सकता है कि तुमसे तो नहीं हो पाएगा, इतना आसान तो नहीं है पैसे कमाना, स्ट्रगल तो करना पड़ेगा, जॉब तो करनी पड़ेगी. आधे लोग बिजनेस क्यों नहीं करते हैं? डरते हैं ना कि हम ये खो दे तो, वही होता है. सो प्लीज बी केयरफुल कि आप अंदर क्या सोच रहे हैं, क्या चल रहा है. अगर आपका बहुत हैप्पी चाइल्डहुड भी रहा हो, तभी भी जो अंदर का इनर चाइल्ड है कहीं ना किसी क्षेत्र में, रेल्म में, फैसेट में कहीं ना कहीं स्ट्रगल आज भी कर रहा है. So way back in childhood, we began a war with ourselves and started criticizing ourselves the way our parents criticized us. टीवी ज्यादा देखा तो उन्होंने शायद बोला कि नहीं टीवी नहीं मिलेगा, या उन्होंने बोला कि इतना कर लो तो टीवी मिलेगा. सो उससे हमारे क्या फीलिंग आई? कुछ करने से कुछ मिलता है, अनकंडीशनल नहीं मिलता. तो मिलना भी कंडीशनल हो जाता है, चाहे वो सिंपल टीवी देखना भी हो. प्रोग्रामिंग शुरू हो जाती है हमारी. सो हम अपना क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं, यू स्टूपिड, तुमसे ये भी नहीं हो पाया, यू नॉट गुड इनफ, ये इतना सिंपल काम था ये भी नहीं कर पाए तुम. आज भी अपने आप को हम ये बोलते हैं. आप लोग में से आधे लोग अग्री करेंगे चैट बॉक्स में, इफ आई आस्क यू टू राइट डाउन, फिर आज भी कुछ गलती हो जाती है और अगर सिंपल चीज होती है ये भी नहीं कर पाए. हम बोलते ही हैं अपने आप को, और ये हम नहीं बोल रहे, हम हमारा इनर चाइल्ड से कन्वर्सेशन हो रही है. This constant criticism became an habit. Now, as adults, most of us either totally agree or ignore with the child within us, or belittle the child in the same way as we were belittled in the past. We repeat this pattern over and over again. आप लोग देख लीजिए, जिस पेरेंट का एटीट्यूड आपको नहीं पसंद था आपसे बात करने में, आपने उसी पेरेंट के एटीट्यूड को अपनाया है, नोइंगली या अननोइंगली। जब आपके ऊपर वो चंडी चढ़ती है, व्हेन यू वांट टू गेट एंग्री, आप सोचते हो कि नहीं, मैं तो ये वाला फैसेट तो मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं था। आप वैसे ही बिहेव करते हो विद योर चिल्ड्रन, जैसे आपके साथ बचपन में हुआ है, बिकॉज आपकी प्रोग्रामिंग वो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू हैव अ मदर एंड अ फादर, द ममा इज द गुस्सा वन, पापा इज अ लाइटर वन। पापा का लाइटर नहीं याद रहेगा, यू वांट टू बी लाइक पापा, बट यू विल अननोइंगली बी लाइक योर मदर। सो प्लीज बी केयरफुल that आपकी प्रोग्रामिंग हो रखी है, so don't do the same mistake with your children. Now, every time you feel scared, you realize that it is a child within you who's scared. The adult isn't afraid, yet it has disconnected and isn't there for the child. The adult and the child need to develop a relationship with each other. How do you connect with your inner child? The first step is getting to know the child through your mirror work. Who is this child? Why is this child unhappy? What can you do to help this child feel safe and secure and loved? Talk to your inner child about everything you do. I know it may sound silly, but it works. Let your inner child know that no matter what happens, you will never turn away from it or leave it, but will always be there for it and love it. All your inner child really wants is to be noticed, to feel safe, to be loved. If you can take just a few minutes a day to begin to connect with the little child inside you, the little person inside you, life is going to be a lot better. So this is something, a reminder for you all. If possible, जहां आपकी affirmations हैं, वहां इसको post कर दो. I love and accept my inner child. अभी तो लुइस ने बोला है, I'm willing to love and accept my inner child. मैं तो बोल रही हूँ, go in the future and start writing. I love and accept my inner child unconditionally. So that आप जब भी कभी ध्यान आए, for me my inner child is my heart. जब मुझे अपने inner child को याद करना होता है, मैं अपने heart पे दोनों हाथ रख देती हूँ, ऐसे, oh my inner child, I love you. I'm sorry if I haven't said to you awfully that I love you, but I love you and I haven't forgotten you. क्योंकि inner child को जब तक, it's like hi hello good morning, आप छोटे बच्चे को बाहर करते हो ना, एक हग करते हो, बेटा उठ जाओ, बेटा ब्रेकफास्ट कर लो, inner child से भी बातें जरूरी होती है, बिकॉज उसको आप नर्चर कर रहे हो. So very important to put this affirmation somewhere where you can be reminded every morning. Just for example, अगर आपने लू में सामने अपने पॉट के सामने लगाया हुआ है कोई नोट, that I am love, I am light, or आपकी affirmations है healing वाली, वहीं इसको भी लगा दो that I love and accept my inner child unconditionally. Please put it. आज क्या करना है डे 8 में मेरा वर्क एक्सरसाइज में, अपनी कोई फोटो खोजनी है जब आप 5 साल के थे. अगर आपके पास वो फोटोग्राफ, आपको लगता है कि आपके मम्मा के घर में नहीं, लेडी ने अब या आपके अपने घर शिफ्ट कर लिया, आपके पास नहीं होगी, इट्स ओके, उसको आप ड्रॉ कर लो. सो दैट यू कैन, आज आपका होमवर्क ये भी रहेगा, वो इनर चाइल्ड की फोटोज मुझे आज चाहिए ग्रुप में, व्हाट्सएप में भी एंड फेसबुक ग्रुप में भी. लेट्स सी द लिटिल चाइल्ड ऑफ यू, क्या है क्या नहीं है. लेट द लिटिल चाइल्ड ऑफ यू कम आउट. अब उस फोटो को आपको टेप करना है आपके बाथरूम के मिरर पे. मैंने तो कुछ टेप वेप नहीं किया था जब फर्स्ट टाइम था, बिकॉज मेरे पास तो इस घर में फोटोग्राफ्स भी नहीं थी अपने इनर चाइल्ड की. मेरी नानी बाबूजी के घर में, मॉम डैड के घर पे, मेरे घर में तो है भी नहीं. तो मैंने क्या किया था, आई ड्रू हर. एनीवेज वो अभी आने वाला है. लुक एट द फोटो फॉर अ फ्यू मिनट्स. व्हाट डू यू सी? डू यू सी अ हैप्पी चाइल्ड, अ मिजरेबल चाइल्ड? अब वो फोटो आपके दिमाग में तुरंत उतर जाएगी, अरे हाँ ये फोटो है वहां पर, एल्बम में दिख रहा है, अब सबको समझ में भी आ जाए क्या कपड़े पहने हुए हैं. अब वो बच्चा कैसे दिख रहा है, खुश है ना खुश है, किस एज का है, 5 years से कम का चाहिए. नाउ टॉक टू योर inner child in the mirror. You can look at the photo or even look into your own eyes, whichever feels more comfortable for you. If you had a nickname as a child, use this name as you speak to your inner child. What works really well is to sit in front of the mirror, because if you are standing, as soon as difficult feelings start to come up, you might be tempted to run out of the door. So sit down, grab a box of tissues, start talking. So क्या करना है हमें? जैसे my nickname was Prach, it still is Prach, Mama calls me Prach. So my inner child is called Prach. So I speak to the inner child and just say, were you happy? Were you sad? What happened? Usually 5 years के बच्चे की हम बात करते हैं. Could be 2, 3, 4, anything, that's fine. Now open your heart and share your innermost thoughts. When you're finished, say these affirmations. I love you, dear one. And the dear one ka name can be whatever you have used for your inner child, जो भी आपका nickname था. I'm here for you. You are safe. ये छोटे बच्चे को बताते हैं ना कि मैं हूँ, कुछ भी कर लो, मैं हूँ. इसी तरीके से आपको अपने इनर चाइल्ड को बताना है एज इफ एक छोटा बच्चा है. आप ही का छोटा वाला रूप आपके सामने है. आप उसको विजुअलाइज कर सकते हो, बात कर सकते हो. द पावर इज विद इन यू. आपकी जर्नलिंग क्या करनी है? आज बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग जर्नलिंग है. फॉर एक्सरसाइज यू विल नीड क्रेयॉन्स, कलर पेंसिल्स और कलर फेल्ट टिप पेन्स, जो भी आपको यूज करना है, एनी मीडियम ऑफ कलर्स. अब आपका जो नॉन डोमिनेंट हैंड है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं राइट हैंड हूँ, तो लेफ्ट मेरा नॉन डोमिनेंट हैंड है. अगर मैं लेफ्टी हूँ तो राइट मेरा नॉन डोमिनेंट हैंड है. द वन यू डोंट राइट विद, ड्रॉ पिक्चर ऑफ योरसेल्फ एज अ चाइल्ड, बी क्रिएटिव. अब ड्रॉ करना है अपने बच्चे को, अपने इनर चाइल्ड को, जैसे भी आप कर रहे हो. जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम ड्रॉ किया था अपने इनर चाइल्ड को, अपने आप से कैनवस बन गया था, अपने आप से लोटस पॉन्ड आ गया था, अपने आप से वाटरिंग कैन आ गया था. एंड वैसा वो लुक आ गया था जो मेरा, द चाइल्ड इन मी यूज्ड टू हैव इट, व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू ड्रॉ, अपने आप से आ गया था. लेफ्ट हैंड से आई हैव नेवर एवर एवर ड्रॉन इन माय 43 इयर्स. दैट टाइम वाज 42 एंड अ हाफ, जब मैंने पहली बार अक्टूबर में बुक करी थी लास्ट ईयर. अपने आप से आ गया था. अब इस ड्राइंग को टेप करनी है, आपके बाथरूम में रखा है, तो मैंने तो अपनी जर्नल को खोल के वहां रख दिया था. Look at the mirror and begin talking to your inner child. Ask your child the following questions and write down the answers in your journal. What do you like? आपको उस बच्चे से पूछना है, आपको क्या पसंद है, आपको क्या नापसंद है. What do you dislike? What frightens you? What do you need? What can I do to make you happy? $5 million questions you're supposed to ask your inner child. And please सिर्फ पूछना ही नहीं है, वेट करना है आंसर का. Close your eyes and take a few minutes to reflect on what you've learned about your inner child. I will try and do this in the meditation today if possible. थोड़ी सी शायद लंबी चली जाएगी. If you're okay, people who have to log off can log off. I'll try and do it. Now your heart thought for day 8 is, I embrace my inner child with love. Take care of your inner child. It is a child who is frightened. It is a child who is hurting. It is a child who does not know what to do. But there for your child, embrace it. Be there for your child. Embrace it and love it and do whatever you can to take care of its needs. ये इतनी बड़ी थेरेपी है, आपको आइडिया ही नहीं है. लोग सोचते हैं इतने हल्के में ड्राइंग करनी है, अरे पागल है क्या, ये सब क्या बकवास बुक्स हैं, ये सब क्या करना पड़ता है. बट इससे इतना कुछ खुलासा होता है अबाउट योर कंडीशनिंग, अबाउट योर ग्रोथ, यू हैव नो आइडिया. सो प्लीज बहुत हल्के में मत लीजिएगा. प्लीज ट्राई एंड डू इट. Be sure to let your child know that no matter what happens, you will be always there for it. You will never turn away or desert it. You will always love this child. So are we clear? So Rahul sir, that's about it. Of course, the session I will make everyone do. And session pe definitely बैठना ही है आज भी, but we will do it a little deeper. We'll try and take it more intense. Meanwhile, somebody can raise their hand for reading the heart thought, please. So picture jitna ho sake around 5 years of age, plus minus a bit is absolutely okay, so that we'll see what works. And you don't have to ask me. अपने आप से follow करना है, अपने आप से करना है. Just see, आज हम inner child की बात कर रहे हैं और family का आ रहा है. So आप और आपके inner child, the closest family आप लोग बनते हो. Get that very clear, okay? So you do have other people in the family, but your inner child and you are one tightest family that is possible. So if you want love and acceptance from your family, then you must have love and acceptance for them. इसको relate करिए inner child से. अगर आपका outer child या outer adult को love and acceptance चाहिए society से, so obviously so Richa and Neha, your hands are raised late. So if somebody raises the hand, others don't raise. But next day, raise your hand a bit earlier. You know the flow when it's coming. I don't have to ask you. Raise your hands that time. Okay? Thank you. So if you want love and acceptance from people, then you must love and accept the inner child in you first. I bless my family with love. That's the heart thought. So over to you, Neha.
I bless my family with love. Not everyone has the special family that I have, nor do they have the extra opportunities to open their hearts in the way my family does. We are not limited by what the neighbors think, nor by society's prejudice. We are
Prejudices.
prejudices.
नहीं, एक मिनट में पढ़ती हूँ. We are not limited by what the neighbors think, nor by society's prejudices, which means society की जो conditioning होती है, उन्होंने पहले से बनाया होता है, वो prejudice के against हम work नहीं करते. जी.
We are far more than that. We are a family that comes from love, and we accept with pride every unique member. I am special and I am worthy of love. I love and accept each member of my wonderful family, and they in turn love and adore me. I am safe, adore me. I am safe, all is well in my world.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much. So very, very important कि जो prejudices हैं society के या हमारे अपने लिए, हमको उनको shave off करना है by working on our inner self. So come on, let's just start meditating. So everyone's eyes closed, back straight, feet firmly grounded. So basically check your postures. Take a deep breath in. Fill yourselves with unconditional love. Feel the love permeating and pulsating in every part of your body. And gently exhale. With the next breath in, feel being filled with immense light, bright and beautiful. This light is making you feel so warm inside. You're full of warmth and full of light. Exhale. Inhale acceptance and growth. I accept myself for who I am, knowing that I have to grow and I am growing with my affirmations, with my newfound belief. And as you exhale, feel yourself growing to a better version of yourself. No competition, no pressure, simple awareness, consciousness that I am inching towards a better version of myself. And so it is. Life is beautiful. Life is magical. Life makes us learn every single day. Today we have learned about our inner child. Today we have learned that I may have had a very happy, content childhood. Yet, there is something that my inner child is lacking. And that something is just probably lack of love. So take another deep breath now. One deep breath. And feel this breath going within you and relaxing every single part of you completely. Feel the wave relaxing you. Even as you're exhaling, just feel that you're completely relaxed. Let your attention move towards your toes and allow them to go limp. एकदम comfortable करें अपने toes को. Just let them go completely limp. एकदम हल्का हो जाए. Now the relaxation is going up. It's spreading in your insteps inside, your heels, your soles, your ankles. Fully relaxed, completely relaxed. अब शायद आपके feet थोड़े से heavy हो जाएं. And that's okay because you're fully relaxed. Allow the sensation, this relaxation, this feeling to move up in your calves, your knees, your thighs, inner, outer, front, back. Completely relax. all of a sudden you'll find that your limbs have become very heavy. So it's okay. Let the relaxation go up in your gut area, your lower back area, hip area. Feel yourself relaxing. The energy is going up, shifting a bit up. Your back is relaxed. Your front is relaxed. Stop itching yourselves if you're itching. Just relax. Relax. Your hands are relaxing. Take your mind away from any itch. You're relaxed. Don't touch your faces, nothing. Simply relax. You are fully relaxed. Feel your neck relax. Feel your jaws, your cheeks relax. Feel your eyes relax. They'll become a bit droopy. It's okay. Let your forehead relax. Let your scalp relax. Relax, relax, relax. Now imagine that you are seeing from your inner eyes the inner child that is sitting in your heart. The inner child of yours is sitting in your heart. A child, but sitting. He or she is your reflection. Because your body is so relaxed, the child is also relaxed. You're both synced in the energy. Let's ask him or her the question, what do you like? And hear the answer coming. Take a minute. Ask your inner child, what do you like? If you get an immediate answer, it's wonderful. Whatever comes to your mind, you're not making it up. It's just an inner voice. So register it. Soon after the session is over, you can write it. Whatever came. You may smile with the answers and you may be touched with the answers. It's okay. Ask your inner child, what do you dislike? If it stops coming at one answer, repeat the question. You can always say and. You might find that if your inner child is answering a question, you still are doing that consciously or subconsciously without liking what you are scared of. You're still doing it, indulging in it. Ask your inner child, what frightens you? What do you need? What can I do to make you happy? Dear inner child, thank you for all the questions that I asked you, which were a reflection of your own self. You wanted me to ask you those questions. You wanted to feel loved. So you answered me with complete integrity and honesty. And dear inner child, as I reflect for the answers after my meditation, please help me remember everything very easily because you and I are both relaxed. Let that beautiful answers, those beautiful inner reflections come so easily on paper. Remember, little child, I, as a person, as an adult, I'm learning to grow. And I know that I have ignored you. I didn't even know about your existence. I kept you in the dark. But now, at least now that I've found you, I know you will add to my growth. Now I realize that this body has this inner child living in it. The body has a life of its own, and the soul is taking a purpose forward. So realize it's a trinity. And I embrace our union, knowing that we will be working on ourselves a bit more every single day. Dear child, your name is a nickname that I had been given in my life. So henceforth, I will be addressing you with this name that you have always liked and loved. This name which I've given you is a name that you love because it could be called, addressed by anybody you love. And little inner child, I promise I will always be there for you and love you unconditionally, accept all that you are made up of. But now that I found you, let's just have a beautiful union where you can also guide me because you live in my heart and they say here the heart. So I will look forward for your guidance because I'm not complete without you. So help me in writing those answers again so that I can review myself in whole and total in whole and total completeness. I am whole and complete. I am exactly the way I should be. But whatever I am not, after having asked you the questions, I know the path ahead because you have guided me as to what you want and as to what you like, as to what you dislike. So I, as an adult, will be working on that. So thank you, this inner child, this beautiful rendezvous with you this morning was deep and profound. And I probably will repeat this in the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you. Now that you've integrated the inner child within you yesterday, and we have asked ourselves the questions, we will today consciously register them and write them down immediately after the session as to whatever we remember. Whatever we don't remember, we can again repeat this meditation and connect with our inner child. Let's know that the divine is guiding us through this question answer session for a purpose in our life. Let every day unfold magically. Let the doodle or the drawing that comes out from our hand reflect what is inside us. Subconsciously, what is there, what we can't see, what we can't hear, let them come out on paper. Now, let's extend our gratitude towards Mother Earth, however you want. Let's extend our gratitude towards our life at our eye level. Look at it. Incline your head a bit. Be grateful to the universe above. Be grateful for the learnings by these profound authors and learning that we can grow by going inwards. Today, the mantra is, let's grow inwards. And now you can rub your hands, feel the energy, bless your wonderful face. Keep your hands there for a while. Today, come straight from your neck, your shoulders to your heart. Keep your hand in your heart. Dearest inner child, I just had a conversation with you, and I promise you that I will love you and accept you unconditionally. And I promise you that whatever you desire, whatever you dislike, whatever you like, and what I should be doing is something that I will try consciously to implement so that you become a happier person. I will try and give my 100% to you. And you please always continue to guide me. Like with the whiff, you can run your hands through your entire body, front and back. Bless every body part. Again, fold your hands and be grateful for all the body parts, all the organs, all the functioning, and telling it, thanking it. You have made my body so conducive, so beautiful to my learning, for reflecting within my inner child. So thank you for your support system. And it's with the beautiful energy that I have within me. Let's bless each other with the beautiful energy that we have. Wishing everyone love, light, and abundance. Ruchi, Jitendra ji, Manish, Pratima ji, Alona, Nyan ji, Usha ji, Neha, Kunal, Vijay ji, Kuldeep ji, Neha, Ruchi, Minakshi, Manisha, Ankur, Surendra ji, Shalu, Anita, Richa, Kamakshi ji, Pina ji, Shivani, Shelly Mathur, Arvind ji, Supriya Chabra, Nikita Agarwal, Rahul sir, Amrita ma'am, and everyone who's going to be online. Okay, so I don't want you to really waste time. You're even now in a meditative state. So some of you have already got the answers from your inner child, and some of you have to go deep within and answer and ask. So you can play the audio meditation again, which Shivani will share very shortly with all of you. So please, there'll be a deeper retrospective thinking within you. Journal that right now without wasting time. So I will not take reflections, but I truly want you to remember whatever your inner child guided you. If required, repeat the meditation. I purposely just did a short one so that you don't lose your time, and you do. So you had this little peep within. So I'm glad, Pratima ji. Just write down those answers with ink on your books so that you remember them and you can work on them. So without further ado, let's work on it. Let's work on our inner child and its fancies, its moods, its beautiful guidance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Shivani, for sharing the short meditation with all of us so that we can go inner and we can get our answers. And remember, for those people who've done this book before, I too have maybe 5 or 6 times. I can't remember the right number, yet I get answers and questions. So please don't think that you've done it. You don't have to do it again. We're always people in progress. Please do it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.